Hello. Work? Check, check. Yep. Okay, we're all good. Yeah. Just a sec. Check, check. Does this still work? Yeah. Okay. So this is my first, well, kind of official stream. So, today, as you can tell by the title of the stream, Road to a Million. So, let's get into this. $1 million. Yeah, not a road to 1 million subscribers, because that won't happen for a long time. Which is fine. Yeah. Just turn down the volume of my headphones. No. Still getting used to this. There. I think that's loud enough? Quite enough? Well, for you, it doesn't change the volume, but for me it does. I'm just trying to not have it too loud, my headphones, so I don't want to blow my ears out. So I've decided that this week I'm not going to be reviewing any games this month. Which, I'm talking to myself, but hey, at least I'm saying it on stream. I will not be posting any reviews this month. December, probably, but you never know. It's because I'm getting the Series X. And I'm going to post a couple of videos in this month, if I get the Series X next week. And I'll be posting a lot of things about the Series X. So. Yeah. Like load times and all that. So hopefully. I will get the Xbox, because I have the money, I have everything I need to get this thing. I just need to actually get it, you know? And I'm gonna get Watch Dogs Legion as well, but again, all depends when I get the system.
I wish I could afford a car like that.
Around here. I wonder if I should go to a race or just go somewhere random. I don't know. Do a business thing. Glitch out the internet so I can get to the business. Do a business deal. See, all I really do in this game is stunt races. Because everything else, nothing else really attracts me. And like doing this, the drug runs and all that, I don't like doing that because it's too risky. And I usually do that in the solo match. You know what? I think I will do online races for now. And then just talk through that, I guess. Well, alright. Do online race. Stunt series. Right now I'll just drive around. So yeah, I thought I'd give this streaming thing a shot for this week. I don't know. Because I always feel bad for not posting videos or not doing anything with my YouTube channel for long amounts of time. It just doesn't feel right to me. I don't know why. Yeah. And I want to give all my viewers, even if they stick around for a minute or two on each video, doesn't matter to me. It's that I want my videos to be the best they can be. And if they're not the best they can be, I feel like I'm not doing it well. So I've saved quite a lot of money so that I can get the Series X. And I'm going to next month buy an Elgato 4K 60s Pro. So I can offer the best content possible. So then I can stream at 1080p, 60 FPS, and my videos can be in 4K, 60 FPS. I just want the best possible content. Yeah. So that's why I'm waiting until next month to review Watch Dogs Legion. So, yeah. I've heard some mixed reviews for that game. Hopefully, it's not terrible. But, yeah. And two, I don't feel good talking about how, oh, this game looks this good at 4K or whatever, without actually showing it. That doesn't sit right with me. Because it's like, okay, I'm telling you how amazing this game looks. How are you supposed to see that if I'm giving you a video at 1080p, scaled down to 720p? That doesn't make sense. That's my main idea of getting that new capture card. Because the current capture card I have now, it's great. Like, for only $65, it's a really good capture card. Before you noticed my videos, the quality suddenly just went up. It's because I figured out OBS was really not good. Like, the settings weren't optimized enough. So I thought it was the capture card that wasn't recording properly or whatever. But no, it was OBS not recording properly. The way I figured it out was that I thought, what if I try and record a game on my PC itself, and it was still the same quality? So I thought, why is the quality so bad no matter what? So I went online, and I changed a few settings, and now it's still a bit blurry, yes. Like if I watched YouTube videos on my TV, yes, I can still tell it's quite blurry. But it's not unbearable to watch. Like, you can still watch it and get the idea of what's going on in the game. But if I'm going to be explaining in reviews the graphics of a game, I need to be able to show those graphics. Now, I don't know how to do the advanced editing with HDR and stuff, so sadly my videos will not be in HDR. I might try it, which is why, like, the first week or two of me having that, I'll be testing it quite extensively. Yeah. Like, testing it, like, is it gonna show up in 4K properly? Is it gonna show up on HDR properly? Is it that kind of thing? Because I've noticed people say, oh, we have this in HDR. The video's in HDR, even when it's on YouTube. As far as I know, YouTube cannot output in HDR. as far as I know, it can output in 4K, not in HDR. I don't think it can. Because there's every single video I've seen where it says, HDR, HDR. The HDR did not show up. Just because on my TV I get a notification. Like on the top right, I have a Roku TV, and it tells me whenever HDR is turned on. And it gives me a little banner thing for like a couple seconds saying HDR. And so when I go on YouTube and watch an HDR video, it doesn't show up as HDR. Like, I think what they're doing is simulating HDR. Like, they're simulating what HDR would look like. Which is neat, but it's not true HDR. And you can tell the difference between true HDR and just an overlay. You can tell. Like on Red Dead Redemption 2, you can really tell when HDR is on or off. It's like night and day. So, yeah. That's why I noticed the problem, like, now that I played Red Dead Redemption 2 and stuff, and played it at HDR, and played at nighttime in those games, now every game that's placed at nighttime, it's just not good. Like this, like Grand Theft Auto 5, at nighttime, it doesn't look as good anymore. Like, it's too bright at night for me. Yeah. Meaning, like, nighttime in the game, it's too bright. And that just irks me. I don't like that. So, yeah. So ever since that, because nighttime in Red Dead Redemption 2 gets very dark. So, yeah. So yes. Then as far as I read up, the 4K 60 Pro, it can record 4K 60 FPS HDR, which is nice, because that's exactly what I want. And it's also frustrating switching HDMI ports every time I want to record a game. Like, I'm still gonna have to do it when I get the other one, but I'm not gonna lose quality in game. Because for me, I'm more about graphics than frame rate. Like, sure, in Call of Duty or like Call of Duty Online or Fortnite, I prefer frame rate over quality. But games like this, I like quality look better. Like, that's why yesterday I posted on Twitter that I was disappointed that on next-gen consoles, Fortnite is still going to be at 60 FPS. That's not good. It shouldn't be stuck at 60. So that's a bit annoying. And then there's just but like, people complaining that Watch Dogs Legion will be 30 FPS on the next generation. It's like, yes, at first I was like, aw, that sucks. But then once I did my research and I really thought about it, it made way more sense that it's at 30 FPS. So that's why I'm more understandable. And two, again, I said I like graphics better than frame rates in certain games. So if that game's going to be 30 FPS, but it has ray tracing, 4K, and HDR, I'm fine with that. That's not the end of the world. But everybody on Twitter is treating it like it's the apocalypse because one game isn't at 60 FPS. I know that should be the standard right now, but considering what they're putting in graphically, it makes sense, and two, they kind of have no choice but to cap it at 30. because I think it was Digital Foundry. Yeah, I think it was them. I watched a video and they had the computer fully spec'd out. Like a Core i9 9900K or 1090 or something like that. They had a Core i9 with 32 gigs of RAM with a 3090, and the game was only able to get up to 40 FPS with ray tracing and everything on. They were only able to get to 40 FPS. That's a problem. Well, that's not a problem. But the problem with that is that people are wondering, well, why can't console hit 60 FPS with ray tracing? That's why. Because not even a fully spec'd out system can handle it. So that's why they have no choice but to cap it at 30. And when I see it that way, it's that, okay, technology hasn't gone, in like 2, 3, 4, 5 years, they will be able to hit 60 FPS with ray tracing, HDR, and all that crap. Yes, guaranteed in a couple of years they'll be able to hit that mark. But as of right now, that's just not, no. Like, we weren't able to hit solid 4K 60 FPS until about 2 years ago. Yeah, and now a lot of games are 4K 60. But back a couple of years ago, it was rare to find a game that can do that. So seeing that now, it's amazing. And now people are complaining that they can't, it's like, I understand where you're coming from, but at the same time, it's a bit annoying. What else? Oh, I guess I should go to the casino. I'm afraid to go because I don't want to blow up. But, yeah. So it just sucks to see people complaining about that. When, in my opinion, I know this is probably going to be a hot take, but this is just my opinion, is that 30 FPS on console seems to look better than it does on PC. I don't know why. I might have a clue as to why. Because you're using a controller and not a mouse and keyboard. I think that's what it is. Because I'm primarily a console gamer. Yes, I play PC games from time to time, but most of the time I'm on console. And I also have Grand Theft Auto 5 on my PC. And I capped that at 30 FPS on my PC. Now, the issue is, before I had it at 60 FPS, but as of right now, my computer cannot handle 60 FPS gaming. I do plan to get a Ryzen 7 at some point soon. So that'll hopefully boost my gaming way higher than it is now. Because right now, I have a Ryzen 3. So, a Ryzen 3 to Ryzen 7 is a major upgrade. Like, I'm probably going to notice the difference right away. But, anyways. My specs are really disproportionate right now. Like, I have an RTX 2060 paired with a Ryzen 3. That's not good. The Ryzen 3 is bottlenecking the graphics card right now. I looked it up. Once I get the Ryzen 7, the CPU will bottleneck the... Anyways. The graphics card will bottleneck the CPU in gaming. Anyways. So, I capped it at 30 FPS, Grand Theft Auto 5 on my PC. Works great. Now, fine. But I did notice something. When I moved the mouse around, I really noticed a lot of screen tearing and stuff. And it just wasn't good. At all. I think it's because of the mouse and keyboard. I think because you move so fast with a mouse, you obviously move faster when you're using a mouse than while you would be using a controller. That's why I think you notice 30 FPS more on PC than you do console. Like, I do admit now that I know what the difference between 60 FPS and 30 FPS is, and I've played games at 60 FPS, I do notice it now. But before I've even dipped my toe in 60 FPS gaming, I really didn't see a problem with 30 FPS. And I still don't really see a problem with 30 FPS. Like, games are still playable at 30 FPS. I think that's what a lot of people forget about. Games are playable at 30 FPS. Sure, it's not the most enjoyable thing ever, but it's still manageable. That's why I'm almost at the point where I refuse to go up to 144 frames. Or 120. Because I'm afraid...
Your car!
Because I'm afraid I'll not like 60 FPS anymore. I'm afraid of that, and I don't want that happening. So that's why I kind of refuse to go 120. One, because I can't afford it, but two, I just can't. I can't, in my right mind, play at 120 FPS unless I'm sure every single game I play on PC can handle 120 FPS. Yeah. So that's why I don't want to do that. So yeah, but anyways. And I understand that I've heard, and I figured out just recently, that people who play the games at 30 FPS, like, not people who play, like, oh, that's a nice car.
The Diamond Casino and Resort presents a brand new car available to win
They use it
today
for cinematic
with the
games,
spin of a
which
wheel.
makes sense.
Taylor, stop it. So
But
embarrassing.
I thought, like, isn't Call of Duty Modern Warfare kind of a cinematic game? And that's at 60 FPS. It doesn't stay at a solid 60 FPS, but on, like, Xbox, but on the PS4 Pro, it does stay at a solid 60. But I don't know, it's more for a cinematic gameplay. Oh, $20,000.
Treat yourself.
Yeah. Just like that. Oh. I think I need to start talking about this game. Because... Whoa, no. Ah, damn it. Shoot. Okay.
What'll it be today? Take your time. Just
What
let
am
me
I
know.
doing? Oh. Bleh.
And here are your chips.
There we go. I was tempted to post a video about my problem with GTA Online, but I thought, that's like beating a dead horse. Oh, okay. That's like beating a dead horse now. It's like, oh, another Grand Theft Auto 5 game. Sucks again. Like, yeah. But, like, my problem with this game, there's a lot of issues I have with this game, but somehow I still play it. Not once in my life have I ever bought shark cards for this game. That I'd make clear. I've never fell into Rockstar's trap. of spending real life money on in-game money. That makes no sense to me. Like, you're gonna spend $100 in real life just to make $8 million in the game that can be spent in a snap of a finger? No. No. That's a waste of money. Like, sure. If I was rich and stuff, hell yeah, I'd buy a bunch of shark cards. But for average people, buying shark cards is just not a thing they can do. And it's sad because I'm not trying to generalize, but I feel like the people who do that, who buy shark cards, are just like 10 to 12-year-old kids who will persuade their parents to buy them a gift card, saying it's a gift card for my game or something. Let's not forget, kids are smart. Yes, a lot of people may say they're stupid, which sometimes they can. But in the end, children know how to trick their parents. Especially parents who don't understand video games. Yeah. Like, the parents don't know. Like, thank God my parents was smart about it. Which, most of the time when I asked for something, they would say no. The only time I'd ever get gifts or something bought for me was during my birthday or Christmas. It's the only time they bought me things. But, anyways, that's besides the point. I go on lots of tangents, as you noticed. But anyways. And it's mostly the adults who play this game that understand the struggle of the pay-to-win system, which this game is the king of that. I hate pay-to-win. I hate pay-to-win with such a passion. That's why I respect games like Fortnite. They were able to put in an aspect where they can still make hundreds of millions of dollars a year without making their game pay to win. There's a couple of close calls that I've noticed with pay to win. But, like, honestly, pay to win is such a garbage thing to do now. And I think gaming companies are slowly starting to understand that the consumer does not want pay to win. Because I miss the old days, where when you play a video game, you can unlock things. You don't pay anything extra. No DLC, no nothing, none of that. The only way you unlock certain things is by playing the game and being good at it. I miss those days. That's why I think people love remasters so much now. Because remastering games makes you way more money than anything. Well, unless you're Rockstar, which remastering the game twice is apparently a thing to do. Like, I understood the upgrade from PS3, Xbox 360 to PS4 to Xbox One. That made sense, because people wanted that. They wanted that upgrade. But nobody asked for a PS5 and Xbox Series X version. Nobody wanted that. And considering this game is going to be backwards compatible, like, that's just so stupid to me. They're just taking a money grab. And for me, quite honestly, I don't think I will buy the next generation version. The reason why I say that is because I don't think there are going to be any major changes. No. Like, I expect higher quality textures, because right now the textures are rendered in 1080p. I bet you it's gonna be updated to 4K. Like, we're gonna get 4K HDR 60 FPS. I'm calling it now, that's what we're gonna get. And that's it. That's all we're gonna get. We're not gonna get ray tracing, because you need to literally, like, go into the code of the game and all that crap. You basically have to rebuild. You have to rebuild the entire game in order to implement ray tracing properly. You can't just put an overlay on. That doesn't work. But I'm also hopeful that because you've seen all of the mods that are online right now for Grand Theft Auto 5, those things look incredible. If current PCs can do that, why could they not do that with the next Grand Theft Auto? All I bet you they're gonna do is what I said before, 4K 60 FPS HDR. That's all they're adding. They're not going to add anything new to the story mode. And online is going to be the same thing. They say it's going to be all brand new, refurbished. No, it's not. Sure, it might be a different map, possibly, but they're also being very, like, secretive on what they're doing. They're not, and it's up for interpretation what they're saying. Like saying we're going to add a new location. They said, that's what they said for Grand Theft Auto Online, the next update, which is coming next month, and I'm assuming PS5 and Series X version, all new location. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be a brand new map. I guarantee you there will not be a brand new map. Like, entirely new location. Like, for online heists and stuff. So I immediately thought, oh, they're gonna add, like, another heist to a different building. Like, they're gonna update a building so you can enter it. That's all they're gonna do. I guarantee you. They're gonna rip us off. Because they said entirely new location. They did not say entirely new map or anything. We know for sure there will be a map extension next month, but we don't know what that map extension is, which I'm very excited to see what it's going to be. But I swear, we're not going to see anything really new with the expanded and enhanced version. We're barely gonna see any change, I guarantee you. Which sucks. So, and if it's like that, if I see the trailer and stuff for Grand Theft Auto 5 PS5 and it doesn't look any different, I'm not gonna buy it. Because there's not enough incentive for me to do that. And it'd be a really crappy move if they just decide to say, oh, nope, it's not backwards compatible anymore. That would be a really bad decision on their end. Like, they gotta be careful here. Because if they release the same game this much, there better be some major upgrades to this game. And if this game doesn't look as good as some of those mods have looked, I'm not going to buy it. And I feel like a lot of people are not going to buy it. Just because there's no reason to buy it right now. Because they just announced that it's coming out in the second half of next year. That's it. We haven't been told if it's going to be the same map. We haven't been told what the enhancements are. And we weren't even told what the expansions are either. Like, nothing. They didn't even show us gameplay of next generation version. Which is really dumb. Like, if you're going to show off your game, you should at least have some gameplay. Or heck, even a CG trailer. But something. But something to... Yeah, gotta give us something. Because they showed us a trailer that they showed for the PS3 and Xbox 360 version. And that's garbage, in my opinion. Oh. Yeah. If you're gonna show a game, show us something that's gonna be part of it. Because right now, people are just mad at Rockstar. We've wanted Grand Theft Auto 6 ever since GTA 5 came out, basically. Within months of Grand Theft Auto 5 being released, there was already people talking about, ooh, Grand Theft Auto 6 leaked, all that crap. And it's been Grand Theft Auto 6 leaked almost every single week for the past 7 years. And we still haven't been given anything about it. Like, I guarantee you they're working on Grand Theft Auto 6. But it's just... You give us something. That's why the game better be game-changing. Like, it better feel like a brand new game. It's not, but... It just sucks they're taking advantage of people and the stupidest thing is people will still buy it. I know, yeah. But for me, there's no point in buying it if there's nothing visibly different. There's nothing obviously different. I'm not getting it. It's just a waste of money at the end of the day. And I hope the Rockstar gets their butts in gear, because if they realized, oh no, we're not selling as many of these as we thought we were going to, they're gonna be like, uh-oh, they must genuinely really want... Like, some kids, yes, are going to get Grand Theft Auto 5 enhanced. Because it's a new system. And if it's going to be their first console ever, and they've always wanted Grand Theft Auto 5, then yes, they're going to get it. And that's fine. That's them. But for people who've had the game for this long, like, yeah. Like, I got this game, I don't know, I had it first on PS4. I got it 3 or 4 years ago. Four or 5 years ago I got it. And I loved it. Yeah. And I was like, this is cool and all. And I loved it for so long that I was playing it every single day because I just found it amazing how great this game was. And it's just, I spent time with it now that it's like, okay, Grand Theft Auto 5 is a thing of the past now. I'm ready for the next Grand Theft Auto. And I think a lot of people are on the same page now, where I'm just ready for a new Grand Theft Auto game. And yes, we were happy when Red Dead Redemption 2 came on. Because that game was, like, 10 times better than Grand Theft Auto 5. And again, Grand Theft Auto 5 is still a great game. But Red Dead Redemption 2 blew GTA 5 out of the water, in my opinion. And we got some of that. And people just completely lost interest in this this game. I'm the only one left on this. Yeah, they just lost interest in this game. And Rockstar just keeps on pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing online. They think they're still gonna make a lot of money. I can tell within the next year or so, this game is gonna die. I can already see the decline in this game. Like it used to be a year and a half ago. Every time you go into a stunt race, it was packed. The entire time. Like, you would have, on average, 15 people driving the map. Now, on average, it's about 5. This game has declined so bad that, yeah. And the game is clustered full of griefers and tryhards that they've ruined it. It's just not fun anymore. This game is just a grind. Like exactly how I titled this stream, Grinding to 1 Million. If I really played this until I got $1 million, all the way through, no breaks, no nothing, we'd be here for a while. But it's just one of those, oh my god. It's really sad to see. This game has so much potential. So, they've already made literally billions of dollars off of this game. So, I think it is time for them to start thinking about Grand Theft Auto 6. There's a video I watched yesterday, I forget what his name was, but he said he doesn't expect to see an announcement until 2022. And I agree with him. I don't think the next Grand Theft Auto game will come out till like 2024. That's my prediction right now. 2024 is the next Grand Theft Auto. That's 10 years. I know it's long and all that, but nowadays, making games is a long process. So. It's just sad to see. But all we can do now is just wait for other games to come out. Like Cyberpunk, Watch Dogs, well, it's already out, but Watch Dogs Legion's out. Cyberpunk's coming out, hopefully, next month. After it's been delayed like 4 times. And Saints Row 5 hopefully in the next year. That's another game, I really want. Because Saints Row as a series has... Honestly, I'm gonna be harsh here. It's garbage. Like, my Saints Row 4 review, you saw it. I didn't really like I liked it, but I didn't like it. Like, it was one of those that I liked it on the face of it, the game is pretty good. But once you pick it apart, you start to realize, wow, the game was not as good as I originally thought it was. And it really isn't. Like, the last good Saints Row game was Saints Row 2. Saints Row 1 and 2, no doubt the best Saints Row games. And Saints Row 2 was beyond great. But then Saints Row 3, wow, that was a real difference. That was a real, honest to God, difference. And it sucked. And with Saints Row 4, the story went to hell in the handbasket. And it was just like, oh my god. Like, I know they're trying to differentiate themselves from Grand Theft Auto, but jeez, this is too much. Saints Row 4 was too much. The superpowers, all that. It was cool and all, but it just ruined the whole feel of the game. Yeah, it just sucked. So, with the way they're being so secretive about Saints Row 5, how they're being so secretive with us, it really gives me a good idea of what's going on. That they want to make this game perfect. And I feel like a lot of game developers now are really treading carefully. Because they're seeing what's going on with Cyberpunk. And they know, okay, if Saints Row says that publicly that we're delaying the game, a lot of people will be very angry. Because they've been hyping this game up for a year now. They haven't showed us anything. They said they'll show us something before the end of the year. I don't know if that's just a release date, or they said as of right now, they say we will know more about the game before the end of the year. Now that could be a total them telling us it's a total reboot of the game, or brand new story, or a trailer, gameplay. I don't think we'll get gameplay for the end of the year. But my top ideas is that we'll get a new logo, a release date, or a trailer, or all three. Like all three thing is quite a far-fetched, but or the title of the game. So hopefully we get something good and not just crap. So that's all I see the most of. I'm more siding towards the trailer. The reason why I say that is because in about a month or two ago, I read something where they said on Saints Row 5's official wiki, they said they were looking for a video editor and they said they need to know how to record gameplay, and they need to know how to compile that gameplay into like a trailer like thing. Now that makes me think, okay, they're trying to find somebody so they can get a trailer up and going with actual gameplay in it. That would be pretty neat. But yeah. But again, there's other people speculating that we won't actually see anything before the end of the year because of the virus, which makes sense. That's why this year I'm not as agitated at companies delaying things, because it's understandable. Like, with all of the crap that's going on in the world, a simple delay is fine. Cyberpunk, that's a different story. But, like, but I do notice people are getting a little bit anxious and a little bit testy with Saints Row and Volition. They're getting a bit testy with them, saying, look, you've told us before the end of the year we'll get something, and you're not telling us anything. That's what everybody's saying. But Saints Row is saying, do not worry, we will show you something. We just can't tell you yet. And I think they're doing what Cyberpunk is not. Because you never know. Because this has happened with multiple other games where out of nowhere, without warning, they would just either drop the game or they would show us a trailer and tell us everything. They've done that before, where out of nowhere we would get every single little detail about the game. And I think I know what they're doing. Same thing with Grand Theft Auto 6. Because I watched a video yesterday and it makes so much sense. I'll be talking about this and then I'll stop the stream. But anyways. What I think is happening... I should make this into a video. Anyways, what is happening, I think, is that companies are going to start not telling us when a game is going to be released. I think that's what's going to start happening. Like, I know that's not good for marketing and stuff, but it's going to be one of those... They'll start hyping a game a month before it's released. Because now with Cyberpunk, they're getting so much backlash that it's actually quite frightening to see how much backlash they were getting over this delay. And it's just that I think other companies are like, oh no. Like, if we tell people to delay games, they're going to stop buying our games. And that's terrifying for companies. And that's understandable that is a living nightmare. To think that their game's not going to sell good because of backlash. So I think why games like Saints Row and Grand Theft Auto 6, this is more likely for Saints Row than GTA 6, but is that they don't want to tell us a definite date until they are sure they can meet that deadline. And they said internally, there was a leak that internally Saints Row 5 has been delayed internally. So like, everybody on the inside knows the game is going to be delayed and is currently delayed because of the virus, which makes sense. Because they've shown, like a couple months ago, they've shown tweets where they showed their workers working from home. So, and that means that, and they don't want to go into crunch, they don't want to do any of that. They said they want to make this game as great as they possibly can make it. And they said they also want to start releasing games, 2 major games, once a year. And they're going to start that in the second quarter of next year, which means March and so on. So we won't see Saints Row 5 until at least March. That's my prediction. Like, actually be released. But anyways. So that's my theory on that. That they have delayed the game a couple times internally. Fine. Nobody outside knows, that's fine. But I think it's just... It's smarter, in my opinion, it's smarter for them to not tell us the release date. I know it sucks, but it's better for them to do that. Because then they don't feel like they're rushing the game just to please the fans. That's not how this should work. If you're going to release a game, release it on your own terms, knowing that it's going to be a good game. Not because everybody else wants it, just because, yeah. And I think Saints Row 5 will be a really good game. And they can take as long as they want. In my opinion, they can take as long as they want. Because it seems like they genuinely care this time about the game. And they know that the past 2 games have not been the greatest. So. And the game has been managed by multiple companies. And I think this company right now is here to stay. And they want to make their mark on the game industry. Because the possibilities of what they can make now. Because they've been making this game since 2017. That is 3 years, coming up 4 now. And the span between Saints Row 3 and 4 was a span of only 2 years. And so, I hope Saints Row 5 is here to stay. And people have been, of course, saying, oh, they're just telling us a bunch of crap. They're not going to release the game and stuff. It's like, you know how stupid of a thing that would have been for them to do? Like say, hey, we're releasing Saints Row 5 and never release it. Well, certain games have done that. Like Dead Island 2 or something. Anyways. I think we all just need to be patient. Saints Row 5 will come out. Don't know when, but it will. But anyways, I've been live for about an hour and a half. I didn't get any viewers. That's fine. I noticed it might be harder to get viewers on YouTube than it would be on Twitch. But I want to be on YouTube. I don't want to be on Twitch. Because that just feels like... that would just feel like I'm pushing myself to stream and stuff when I don't want to push myself. Because if I push myself to stream, I will not enjoy the game. So that's why I'm going to start trying to stream every day. Some days I might stream with the microphone, other days I won't. But the more viewers I get, the more likely I will be on the mic. But if nobody's watching, I'm not gonna try and stress it. And, yeah. I like streaming, but I don't want to force myself to do it. And two, I really want subscribers. Like, I'm not gonna crap you. I'm not gonna BS you or anything. I want viewers. I want subscribers. It's easy as that. I have 16 subscribers, but they don't watch anything I post. Not anything. Which is funny. Because then that just makes my theory even more solid that viewers count more than subscribers on this platform. Yes, it's great to have subscribers, more likely to get views. But certain videos that I have posted have gotten way more, like almost triple the amount of subscribers that I have. Like Fallout 76, the last time I checked, that was at 80 views. And I'm at 16 subscribers. That, like, almost tripled my subscribers. And my latest video, which I did spend a lot of time on, but I was very happy with it. It's had 20 views. So, it's stuff like that where it makes me feel good that I made content that people like. And somebody watched it for 8 minutes. You know how much I love that? Like, to me, I love attention. Especially with me, I'm all alone and stuff. And everywhere, all that. Anyways. Seeing that somebody watched one of my videos for almost half of it is just amazing to me. I love the fact that somebody took 8 minutes of their time. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but 8 minutes of their time to watch a video I made. It's amazing to me. I just absolutely love the person that watched it for that long. It showed that they cared and that my video was good enough for them. And I like that. And it's just... yes. And I'm hoping for that magic break that one day one of my videos will be pushed and I'll get thousands of views. The likelihood of that happening is very low, but I like to be hopeful. And yes, I am doing this channel just because I want to get videos out there. I want to be somehow relative on YouTube. I don't know. But I've been doing this for about 8 months. And I finally figured out how to make the videos and what to do to make these videos better. Which means that I play a game once a month, review that game, review it like inside and out, dissect the game, dissect everything, without even spoiling the game. That was the hardest part, was doing it without spoiling anything. And I did it. I didn't spoil any of the game. But it's just so satisfying doing the video for that long, because I was taking breaks, yes, with that video. But in the end, that almost took me only about 2 weeks to make. Which is a lot of time, but to me, it's so much more satisfying, and I feel like I get more out of the game when I feel like I need to talk about everything. I get more of the game, and it gives me more incentive to play it. Because usually, I just play a game, play the story, and I'm done. I don't find collectibles, I don't do any of that crap. But when I review a game, I'm suddenly doing every little thing that you're supposed to do. So, that's why I love it so much. And that's why I'm less likely to review open world games. Because it's so much, but it's satisfying in the end when people watch a video and then they're like, okay, I'll play it. If he says it's good, it has to be good. Like, I want to be a trusted source for reviews, where if I say a game is good, I mean it. I want to be brutal with these reviews. I want to be like, if I didn't like something, I'll tell you I didn't like it. Like Grand Theft Auto 5 Online. I do not like the grind. The grind is so stupid. Like, let's say, this car right here. The equivalent of a Nissan Skyline. Well, obviously, it was free. But this upgrade costed $1 million. $1 million upgrade. For a car in real life that only costs about $150,000. Or this car. The equivalent of a Dodge Challenger. In the game, it costs about $500,000 or so. That's stupid. Like, if we go to, where is it? I guess it's here. Yeah. Okay, so let's find that car. Let's find it. It's equivalent of a Dodge. See, this is where you really see the 30 FPS kick in. Anyways, where is it? See, this price for this car makes sense. That price for this car, that's a price that makes sense. Same for this one. It makes sense, that price. Then you get up to here, and it's like stupid amounts of money for little vehicles. Like, this car. The equivalent of a Mitsubishi, that would be only about $40,000, is $95,000. Like, you still haven't gotten to the judge. Oh, where is the one that I bought? Oh. Ah, it's here somewhere. This one. $745,000 for a car in real life that's only $50,000 in real life can buy you this car. In this game, you have to pay almost $1 million. That just tells you how stupid of a price these things are. Like, it makes no sense to me. Why are these cars so expensive? Or like this is where the atrocities really happen. Like, all these are free. That's nice. But that's because I bought the only reason why I bought this version of the game, the expanded one or whatever, was because it was actually cheaper than the original game without the DLCs. That's the only reason why I bought this version. Anyways. Like, Audi. Like, really? This is like overpriced by $50,000. Or a Corvette. That's usually like around 75. This is... Or... Now, some of these prices I can just be pulling out of my butt. I don't know. But... Like in real life. A tricycle. That's not going to cost that much in real life. Or this. This is the equivalent of the Camaro. From like the 70s. Like a Bumblebee kind of thing. $585,000. Nowadays, this can be bought for $75,000. This one, a Lambo. Usually a Lambo would cost $200,000. Not $725,000. Or... And some of these cars are ugly. Like this one. That's actually cheaper than what it would be in real life. Which is, yeah, pretty good. I want something like this because this is a nice car. But or, yeah, you see, this is a Porsche. $1.1 million for a Porsche? No! Porsche is like $100,000. Like... This car isn't even a good car. I've raced it once. It was the worst driving experience I've had in this game. And that's $1.3 million. Don't buy that. This one. I bought this one. This one's actually pretty good. But the price. Almost $2 million. No. That's not... Like... All of the prices of these vehicles are just unacceptable. For me, the prices are just unacceptable. Like, there's no way in real life this costs $3.5 million. No way. Like, or, like, these things. Like, Jesus. Or, oh, we were already there. Warstock. Like, are you kidding me? This. A goddamn minivan costs close to $600,000. $3 million for a fire truck. You know how stupid this is? Why would you need that? Like, who in their right mind would buy this stuff? Like, I haven't seen any of these things on the roads. Well, this one kind of makes sense. But people use this to grief. Or a bus. $731,000 for a bus. Like, are you nuts? Or Buzzard. Like, okay, that kind of makes sense. But, like, come on. Then we go back up. I'm on a tangent now. We go to here. A terabyte. You have to buy a nightclub. Then you have to buy this. And then to use this, you have to buy something else. It is the worst thing ever. Or this. Like, this is really cool, but... Or this. Why would you need a big ass plane like that? Or, like... I do like the name of that. Dock tees. Or... A jet ski. Or, like, why do you need this crap? Or this $6 million. Why would you need a yacht? Like, and that's the base price. Okay, let's try and make the most expensive one. Chrome. Let's make this look cool. That's pretty neat. Okay, that's the most expensive one. Yeah, we're trying to make... Whoa. Trying to make the most expensive thing. And because I'm Canadian... Whoa. $9 million. $9 million. That's stupid. Like, even the bicycles are overpriced. Like, it's just sad. Or this. Why is the equivalent? What type of car is this? A Honda or something? No, I don't know. Anyways, this car is from Fast and the Furious. Like, the first one? I think it's the first one. From the first one. In real life, this is probably gonna sell used $5,000. In the United States, this car could be bought used for $5,000. $1.3 million. Why? That's not right. A used $5,000 car is being sold in Grand Theft Auto Online for $1.3 million. That's outrageous. The more I look at this, the more annoying this gets. And this thing, stupid. Like, what's the worst? Like, buy this. $2.6 million. These upgradable vehicles. Too expensive. You gotta buy why? Why does it cost more to make your place look like crap? Eh? Like... Okay, they're all the same amount. So go with that. That looks like the Joker's workshop. Yeah, go over that. Okay. Basement 1. Ooh. To that one. Okay, another one. To that one. All of them. To that one. Alright. Personal quarters. $4.3 million. Stupid. Oh well, now that that little rant's over, I guess that's it for today. I'm actually gonna do something. I'm gonna try and create an entirely new Rockstar account and just play online on my PC, just to mod. Anyways, totally separate from this one because that is a terrible idea. I'm not getting this account banned just because I want to try something. Yeah, I just want to try it on PC just to see how long I last. Just to see how long I last before I'm banned. But anyways. And I'm not going to do it to grief anyone else. I'm just going to buy an abundance of crap. Before they realize, hey, this guy's modding. So, anyways. That'll do it for today. I don't know if I'll stream again tomorrow. I might not. I don't know. But anyways. Thank you all for watching. If anyone watched. And see you later.